This is Lindsay Mann with Cloud9Stampers.com, and today I'm going to share with you a paper piecing technique to create a fun label background. Let's get started. So the first thing that you want to do is pull together a number of strips of paper. This is a really great way to use up a bunch of scrap paper, and you're going to take some adhesive and add it onto your base layer, just like that. Then you're going to bring in a die, and I'm using the Stitch Nested Labels dies for this one, and you'll run it through your Big Shot so you get this. Next, I'm bringing in some flax ribbon, and I'm going to cut 2 pieces, and this is going to flag the outside of our label. So once you've got your 2 circles, you can go ahead and add some adhesive to the back of the 2-inch and add it onto the vellum layer, and this just gives a nice subtle background. We're going to go ahead and add our ribbon to the back of this label. So what I did was took some snail adhesive and I just layered this off the back like so. And then I took my scissors and I just cut it on an angle to make it look more finished. I like to use tear and tape adhesive for this part and just layer it over top. It helps to keep the ribbon from sliding out. And then we can layer that right onto our card front. So next we're bringing in some paper from the Bird Ballad series, and we're going to fussy cut out 3 of these birds. There we go. So now I'm going to bring in some mini glue dots because these are kind of tiny, and just pick up that glue, and then we're going to add it onto our card. So I have one up at the top, one down here at the bottom. Oh, let's make sure we get them going the right way. And then one in the top right. So we will bring our card front back in and add some dimensionals to the back, and we're going to adhere that to the card front. So we'll set this aside and bring in our greeting. So this is Miss You from the Enjoy Life stamp set. And we're using Coastal Cabana as our ink. Stamp Miss You on a scrap of Whisper White cardstock, and then we're going to use our snips and fussy cut those again. I'll bring in my mini dimensionals, and I will add one to the back of the word, just making sure it's not peeking out the edge. And then use your adhesive to adhere the front of the word, and that way it'll pop up at the back but stick to the top, so you get this spacing a little more even. Then we're going to finish off the card with the card base. So I've scored our card base at 4 1/4. We're going to match up the edges, use a bone folder, and then we're going to use adhesive to layer it in place. Now when you're using a card base like, oh, let's make sure it's right side up, like Night of Navy, you want to add an insert to the card so that you can write more easily on the dark cardstock. So here we just have a Whisper White insert. So this is a nice simple card using that layering technique, that paper piecing technique, to be able to create that fun label background. Have fun!